Hiya. In this video I'm going to have a quick look at CSS grid and how we can make that responsive. We've previously used this tool called Layout It. I can never say that. Layout It. And I've just put together a very quick page. So I've got a menu bar at the top, followed by a banner, followed by 6 content areas, which I've named A, B, C, D, E and F, and then a footer. So we've got some CSS code here, so I've copied that into a CSS file, and the HTML I've copied into a HTML file. And then it's my intention to use this navigation bar here, and this is a responsive nav bar, so as you scale the page down it will change. So that's all been done for us, so we're just going to get this code here and copy that into our project as well. And what that gives you is something a bit like this. So let me just walk you through what I've done. So first of all, we've got the HTML. So this part here, this grid container menu, that's from grid container here, grid container menu. And inside that menu, which is the menu slot at the top, inside there, I've put the nav bar from here. So this nav bar here, this top nav, I've taken the top nav and I've inserted that into the menu section here, which is here. So we're inside the grid and we're inside the menu, and I've put the menu from W3 into there. We've then got the banner. We've then got class A, which, if you remember, is one of the content areas. And what I've done, I've just gone to lorem ipsum and I've generated some text and I've put a title in. So you can see a title and some text. Same with B. I've just gone and found an image and I've put that in B. So an image of a bulb. I've also gone and paste the same text into C, D, E and F. Now on A and D, well, and B as well, A, B and C, sorry, A, B and C, in the CSS I've added padding to A, B and C of 20 pixels. So all that does is it generates a bit of a space from the edge. So if I wanted to do that on here, for instance, I could just add some more padding and save that, and then that'll just make it look better. Let me do that on there, and there, save it. So now I've got it a bit better spaced out. So these are the areas that are defined in the CSS grid areas here. So this is the map of what it looks like. Menu, menu, menu. That means it stretches all across the three columns, and then these content areas are individual, A, B and C. So, and this defines the styling for those individual areas. So for instance, if I wanted this section here to have a background colour, I could give it a background colour like that. That's hideous, I know, but that's how it would work. So you can style each individual area, and then obviously this is responsive, so we've got the menu working from before, but I'm going to discuss how I made this change. The other thing is the image. So in the HTML it just says class banner. So for the image, all I've done is added in the grid area banner, I've added a background image here, and then I've added the size cover so that it always fills the space. One other thing I should mention, on this grid, what have I done? On this grid, it uses fractional amounts, which are a bit weird. I probably wouldn't do it this way if I were doing it again. But I changed this one into pixels. So probably not a good idea to mix and match. But I changed it to be 48 for the menu height, because that's what it is. So I changed that menu grid area to also be 48 for the first row, and that way it'll fit properly. So you're probably better off thinking about how you're going to divide up your space and what units you want to use. So the next thing is this image also resizes depending. I think I've done that in here. Yeah, I've made the bulb 100% the width, and then I've included some padding. So this bulb image will change size. The more room we get, the bigger it'll be. So the last thing then is changing it from here to here. So this is done through a media query. So the max width is 600. So if it's below 600, it will change this nav bar. So I got this code here from the W3 schools here. So this is what changes the nav bar into a responsive nav bar. But seeing as we've already got that, we might as well use that code. So what I've done, inside this media query at 600px, and it ends here, look, I've added the grid container again. So the grid container's up here, and it defines that there'll be an ABC in one row. So if I change that to be AAA, that means that A will now span 3. So it appears that it's now the full length of the page. There's probably other ways of doing it, but this is quite a simple way, that now each bar has its own row. So that's how I did it. And I also changed the heights as well. So like this one here, I've changed it to 0.5. So it was on 1, and you can see I don't need that much space anymore. So you can adjust that to make it fit just how you want as well. But it seems to work quite well, and this works. And that uses a little bit of JavaScript as well, which is on the W3 page. And I've just created another JavaScript file, and I'm loading that in down here at the bottom. And that just is run from here. When you click on this hamburger menu, it just brings this up. That's all that does. So I hope that's been of some help. It's just a matter of playing around with it and trying to get your content in and resizing things. But I think it provides quite a quick, easy way to lay out your content, and you can experiment with it. So things you can do, just to show you, let's say I colour this cell in. Let's say, is that C? Yeah, let's do a background colour. Let's do this mint green colour. And then when I bring this in, let's change the colour. So this is grid area C. So let's let's go into the media query, and I'm going to do grid area C, and then I can do a background color and change it. Let's change it to a pink color. Why not? So now you can see that it changes. So it's very flexible how you can control exactly what's happening in different views. And of course you could make other views and set different sizes. So maybe on an iPad or a tablet, when it gets to this size, you could have you could potentially have four columns and then just decide to have two, and then when it goes onto the phone you could have one. So it all depends on your initial layout, how you want to do it. Or you could have two of one and one of another, depending on the content. And then when it goes smaller, you could just have a whole row of the same thing. So I hope that helps. Please get back to me if you need any more assistance with that. Just give it a try. That's the best way. And just see if you can develop your page. So thanks a lot. I'll see you later.